In a seismic revelation that has shaken the core of democracy, the 2023 gubernatorial election in Kogi State, Nigeria, has brought to light staggering figures that challenge the very essence of our electoral process. Section 51, subsection 2 of the Electoral Act 2022 serves as a beacon of accountability. It stipulates that where the number of votes cast at an election in any polling unit exceeds the number of accredited voters in that polling unit, the presiding officer shall cancel the result of the election in that polling unit. But what happens when these numbers tell a different story? Following the election on November 11, 2023, where Ahmed Usman Ododo of the APC was declared the winner with 446,237 votes, while Alhaji Yakubu Murtala Ajaka of the SDP scored 259,052 votes. The SDP raised concerns about monumental corruption and widespread irregularities that characterized the election in 5 local governments, especially Okene, Adavi, and Okehi. As the tribunal in Abuja delved into the heart of the matter, Bvas machines revealed shocking and overwhelming disparities. In Okene, Adavi, Okehi, Ajaokuta, and Lokoja local government areas, the numbers painted a grim picture of overvoting and pre-filled results.
Having regard to Okene, Okehi, Adavi, as well as Ajaokuta local government and Lokoja local government areas.
In a groundbreaking revelation from the physical demonstration of the Bvas machine in the open court, coupled with screenshots provided by INEC, a stark reality emerges. In polling units where overvoting occurred, the figures speak volumes.
We called DW1, who came at the instance of the order of the Honorable Tribunal, not only to produce the Bvas machine used for the election, but to open them up and read out the specific record of registered voters as well as accredited voters. We tendered over 500 Bvas machines covering those local government areas. And at least out of that, 505 of the Bvas machines were openly ventilated before the tribunal, each of them showing clear, unequivocal instance of overvoting.
In Okene, accredited voters on Bvas 60,054, but votes declared by INEC on Form EC8A 138,837. In Adavi, accredited voters on Bvas 34,638, but votes declared by INEC on Form EC8A 89,570. In Okehi, accredited votes on Bvas 16,094, but votes declared by INEC on Form EC8A 39,004. In Ajaokuta, accredited voters on Bvas 5,237, but votes declared by INEC on Form EC8A 12,681. In Lokoja, accredited voters on Bvas 2,045, but votes declared by INEC on Form EC8A 9,345. This unprecedented scenario raises eyebrows as INEC registered a staggering voter turnout of over 94.6%, but more worrisome is the allotment of an astonishing 96.6% of the total number of votes to the APC in polling units where overvoting occurred. This calls for serious concern as Nigerians, especially
Kogites,
have been watching closely to see how somehow 1 + 1 = 11 and how it didn't happen can become it has happened. How can 118,068 accredited voters magically metamorphose into 286,437 votes declared INEC? INEC allotted votes to the APC in areas where overvoting occurred. Okene, 135,666 votes. Adavi, 85,750 votes. Okehi, 37,722 votes. Ajaokuta, 11,068 votes. Lokoja, 6,609 votes. INEC allotted votes to the SDP in areas where overvoting occurred. Okene, 263 votes. Adavi, 218 votes. Okehi, 145 votes. Ajaokuta,
1,273 votes.
Lokoja, 1,233 votes. Such a disparity in voting patterns is unparalleled in electoral history worldwide. Of the 286,437 votes from EC8As in the 564 polling units where overvoting occurred, INEC allotted a total of 276,815 to the APC, while the total of 3,132 votes was allotted to SDP, leaving the remaining few for other political parties. Citing Section 51, Subsection 2 of the Electoral Act 2022, given the Bvas evidence displayed at the tribunal instance, it is imperative that votes allotted to all parties in the 564 polling units cutting across 5 local governments where overvoting occurred be nullified. This entails cancelling 276,915 votes from APC's total votes of 446,237 and 3,132 total votes from SDP's total score of 259,752 votes. Consequently, valid votes for APC stand at 169,422, and SDP votes stand at 255,120 respectively. The ongoing petition by the SDP candidate Alhaji Yakubu Murtala Ajaka suggests that this abnormality and electoral corruption be rectified not just in his interest, but in the interest of the nation and our democracy. It is crucial, therefore, for INEC, who has admitted corruption and non-compliance, as well as incompetence, to be held accountable, to uphold the integrity of the electoral process, and to save our entire democracy, because in their press release of November 11, 2023, titled Suspension of Election, in some locations in Kogi State, states that the Commission has received reports from our officials in Kogi State on incidences of electoral malpractices, particularly the incident of result sheets completed before voting. Reports indicate that the incidents occurred in Adavi, Ajaukuta, Ogorimagongo, Okehi, and Okene local government areas. The most serious incidents occurred in Ogorimagongo, affecting 9 of 10 registration areas. This is entirely unacceptable. Any result not emanating from the Commission's process in the polling units will not be accepted. The Commission is determined not to reward bad behavior. Consequently, the election in the 9 wards in Ogorimagongo local government areas Eni, Okibo, Okesi, Ileteju, Ayaromi, Ugugu, Obinoyin, Obatben and Oturu is at this moment suspended. The incidences in the other local government areas are being thoroughly investigated, and the outcome, including the way forward, will be announced in the next 24 hours. Meanwhile, as the processes continue, we follow the audit trail of personnel and materials to ascertain those who may have been complicit in undermining the process. We have a record of all officials deployed at various levels as supervisors, monitors, technical staff or polling unit officials, and all election materials issued to them. Appropriate sanctions will be applied where necessary. The Commission assures voters in Kogi State that their votes are protected and their wishes will be respected. Mohammed Kudu Haruna, National Commissioner and Member, Information and Voter Education Committee, Saturday, 11th November 2023. INEC, having acknowledged the case of pre-filled election result sheets in the aforementioned areas and still going ahead to declare the APC as the winner of the November 11th, 2023 Kogi State governorship election, only cast the spotlight on their complicity in election fraud. Questions are, is this supposed to espouse the emergence of the Nigeria that we all deserve? What does this portend for the future of our democracy? Will the judiciary watch this wanton and unfortunate trend prevail at the expense of our hard-earned democracy built on the sweat and blood of our heroes past? Won't this embolden election riggers and fraudsters to continue with their impunity? The fate of our democracy remains in the hands of the judiciary, particularly the apex court, which is saddled with ensuring that justice is served as the final hope for the people. God bless Kogi State. God bless Nigeria.